All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday, August 28th, 2025. And oh my gosh, another month is closing down. It's totally wild. End of summer. Well, no. Just in the end of August um, right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the messaging, and then we'll have time, as always, for some discussion. And I do want to make an announcement that in September, my next cohort for Akashic Records reading and healing and embracing your healer self is beginning. And especially, I mean, that course is always designed for healers and intuitives of any walk of business or life, and also therapists. And so I just wanted to put that out there. If any of you know any therapists who might benefit, I'm just kind of going to put it out broadly to therapists this time it's because it's what I do. So if you know anyone who might be interested, please send them my way to my website or to my way to make a free call. They can book a free call in my through my site as well. I would love that and appreciate it. And if any of you are interested, well, the same thing. All the details are on my website, and you could always book a free call if you have questions. And I'd love to see you there. So we begin in a few weeks. So with that, today's messaging comes from the realm of the Native American tribes people. And it's something that it's a group of beings that I've channeled from time to time, and they've always been with me. They have been showing me, but I have had some special awareness with them lately. And so it's my honor as we get started to start to bring in Native American honoring energy. It's such an honoring sacred energy that goes beyond so much beyond what we have going on in on this planet in this at this time. But they were just telling me that they're just like all the other beings. They're tribally, they're holding space for humanity's awakening in a very powerful way. And so this is a group of from many lineages, the way I'm seeing it, and especially the Powhatan tribe in the United States is one that I'm hearing, and especially from the northern parts of North America and the northern parts of the United States. So they're here with us. They're here with you. They've seen their fair share of traumatic instances, but they're not going to be going into that. They are going to be going into extraordinary values and other things that they hold sacred. And one of the things that inspired me to ask if they would come in was, besides connecting with them in a beautiful way in some sessions, was an experience that I had this week and with a dear friend when we went into a sacred cavern here in Colorado. Well, I'm in Kansas City now, but in Colorado, that was run. Well, it was originally utilized by Native Americans, and it's when I went in, like when we got there and we started to get immersed in the healing spring waters, the mineral waters that are there. And we went down into these caves where you can get like a total steam bath with mineral waters. It's really neat. The tribal energy was so phenomenally present for us that it was just so reverent and pretty amazing how even over so much time, I know it's had different owners and so many different kinds of people go there, but it is holding that sacred ritual essence that was imbued for many centuries. And so that was just a really special experience. And we received beautiful awarenesses and channelings. And so I just say thank you to those who walked before us anywhere, who've walked before us. And frankly, sometimes it's us who've walked before us that have been in these other lifetimes. And, we walk on their shoulders, and we walk in places where they first did the grid work and where they first brought the new earth energy. It's not exactly brand new energy, but it is new for these times, what we're doing. So with that, if you have any questions for the guides, for any of the guides as we go along, please feel free to place questions into the chat. And after I channel, I'll read questions and get answers from the guides. And generally, I like to ask to keep those questions somewhat relevant to the topic, or questions that you have about what's going on in your life that can be answered in a few minutes, with their assistance. So feel free to even put those in now, and I'll check the chat later, and then we'll have discussion. So with that, go ahead and allow yourself to even sink in more comfortably wherever you're sitting, wherever you are, wherever this beautiful time calls you. If you're in the recording, hello, and welcome also to this group. There's no time, space for these transmissions, and they're just as powerful live or recorded, as we know. So enjoy this time of receiving. And I always also like to encourage you, because you all are channels, to, if you feel like the inspiration while this is going on, to dialogue with guides while it's going on. I mean, you all are channels. You could be in the vibration and ask questions and get answers too. I don't know if any of you have ever tried that, but I've never suggested it, but I'm guided to suggest it now, because they bring this vibration that helps you elevate into the 0 point connection with spirit. That's so very, very powerful. And one of the ways they've been showing us in several different ways is that visual from the Sistine Chapel, called the creation of Adam, where there's God's hand and Adam's hand reaching for each other. And they've been showing us it is in our rising of our vibration that we can connect with, in the 0 point, in the spiritual realm, with the God essence, which is always running through us. But there's a certain thing that happens when we raise our vibration. We can actually have communication with these beings who love us. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them to come down into our vibration. They can't really reach us. But when we raise our vibration, it happens. And it happens during moments like these kinds of channelings. So just sit back and enjoy, and let's just allow this beautiful group of native tribes people that are some soul family for some of you. You might feel a special kindred connection with this energy, because some of you have soul family that have come forward in this group that we're channeling, and some of you have had other lifetimes in the realms that they're going to be talking about. So don't be surprised if you feel a familiarity, or if you get chills. Just really be in your knowing of what's occurring, and who you are with respect to all of this. That's our biggest delight, is that you know more clearly who you are with respect to all of this. So with that, imagine a beautiful white dome coming over this whole circle, whether those for everyone live and for everyone in the recording. And I ask a prayer: Mother, Father, God, bring your white gold light circling all around each person in this entire group, that they may receive a blessing of the purity of your love, of God, Goddess love, and feel a groundedness, feel the comfort of your love and your embrace, as well as the love and the divine connection with these other beings as well. Kina awatia maka'a. We ask Archangel Michael to clear the space of everyone who's participating and just reset the homes, reset the rooms into a space that matches the higher vibration and frequency of the people who are here so that they might enjoy more stability and equilibrium and harmony within themselves and their surroundings. Kina awatia namaka awatia namaka. And we ask all the beings of light and love who surround each and every person in this group to join around your person and to make yourselves known in the ways that are suitable and best for this transmission and for other times as well. Kina awatia namaka. So begin to start to take some deep breaths to commune with your inner sanctuary inside your heart. And imagine that you are, as you're breathing down into your belly and through your heart, imagine that you can go down into your heart chamber, your heart portal, your sacred heart, and really feel the connection of being in your heart space. It is so powerful to live in your heart space. So enact a treaty right now with yourself to bring yourself into the causality of living for this time and beyond in heart energy and in your heart space and in some kind of sacred ceremonial room that is only yours in this space. Your own heart is one of the most sacred things that you own, that is yours. It's purely yours. And truly nothing else is allowed in there unless you invite it. And rarely does any being or any energy even dare to move into that space because it's you and it's yours. And it's from that place where you can feel and know and discern and trust your own self, your beautiful soul self, and the surroundings and the people in your midst. So notice, take a look around your heart space at what your room is like, that sacred chamber. Kina amania ka'atia nanma kira wa atia. What is that sacred chamber like, beloved? Is it a lit up room with things hanging on walls, or is it an ancient cavern or a temple? It's akin to what we call the upper room. That's another name for it. Is there a flame in there? Is there light? Is it dark? How is it for you? What's it like? And how are you in there? How do you feel inside your heart temple, where you are the driver of your own reality and you are the creator and the creatrix, and you know that. You know that, you know that, you know that. Because it's with deep appreciation that the priests and priestesses, they're calling themselves, from the Native American tribes that have inhabited North America, they're coming forward to really bless us and give us understanding in the form of messages and vibrational countenance that is completely heartfelt. They are very keenly aware of the essential knowings that come from deep connections from within, and essentially they lived by the creed that going within is the most important way to understand everything that is outside of yourself. And so they bring that element of experiential knowing and literally expertise that a life lived from knowing the inner sanctuary is essential to commune with nature's surroundings, with other people, with other beings, with the gods and goddesses that they revered or worshiped or communed with during those lifetimes. And there were many, many forms of deities and connections that were extraordinarily relevant in guiding their existence in every way, is what they're saying. So they bring that for the taking of the form of transcendent connection, and trusting that they had cultivated for many, many, many centuries and even millennia a sacred way to trust. And they want to also imbue this sacred group with the energy of trust, of the narrative that I am safe and that I am keenly aware of my inner knowing and keenly aware of my guidance system. Because they would be nothing today that we know them as these majestic warriors and majestic creators and majestic peoples, if they hadn't cultivated that way of being and been able to know the synchronicities of the land and the seasons and the skies and the heavens and the stars and the moon and all of the planets. They became the modern day saints, as modern day saints who communed and knew a God so pure and rich and loving. They did too, and it was very much through the same tenacity of going within to find the answers to the most complex range of questions of those days, which were not so very different from your questions of these days. And they would be happy to entertain questions later on after this channeling. So imagine now your own self. They're going to take you on a little journey. Imagine your own self as one who walks with them, just as they're walking with us, with you. Imagine yourself, let's go on a little joyride, and imagine yourself as one who walks with them in a way that they're taking you through some energetic messaging as one of them, one who walks with them. They say one who walks with us because you do all walk with us, no matter whether there have been past lives. You are in our hearts because we hold all of humanity in our hearts, they say. So imagine yourself positioned squarely on a beautiful horse of your choice of color and stature, with no need for a saddle and no need for any equipment, because you know this animal and you know how to ride it and guide it and be in communion with it so that you are one. And let's play a little bit with the oneness that comes from living in your heart space. So you might first see yourself like in the distance on a horse, but we want to shift your awareness to back into your heart center and to feeling what it's like to be in such rich, deep communion with nature that you feel yourself. You can imagine, you can really know yourself sitting on the most perfect horse for yourself. And the connection that you feel with the horse's energy and the connection that you feel with the earth below both of you. Kina awatiana maka atiana wakaya. Horses are one of the most sacred animals to us, they say, and also one of the most healing vibrational creatures on the planet. So there's a dual reason we're doing this. So imagine what it's like to have your legs touching the back of the horse and feeling the beating heart and breath of the horse as you maybe reach down and touch the mane. And as you look to the eyes and the face with a knowing of this creature so bright and so steady that's here purely for you, this horse energy. Kina awatia namakaya kawa. And feel the simplicity of the creation of your heart connected with the horse's heart and connected with the heart of Gaia, of the Mother Gaia below, and connected with the heart of the winds and the rains and the clouds in the sky above. Kina awatia namaka. We were grounded, they're saying we were grounded in such a way that we could allow our hearts to have many eyes and many ways that we communed in order to see and understand. It's how we knew the seasons were coming to change. It's how we knew there would be a group of buffalo nearby on the horizon coming slowly towards us. It's how we knew if there was a threat. It's how we knew if there was other kinds of food nearby. And we navigated from our hearts. And so this practice that we're showing you could be a way to remember how to navigate from your heart, because dear ones, at this time, the most successful ones of you are learning to navigate from your heart temple, from your heart, because your heart knows the way, and your heart is the seat of your soul, and your heart is the beating remembrance of what you're really here to experience from your own self experience. You are a soul in a body, and your heart knows exactly how to guide you when you let your heart be the temperance of nature and spirit inside of your body. Be the combination where spirit meets nature, meets the human body, meets the human cycles of flow of blood and breath. All of this is just a simple reality that we are showing you. That is how we learned to excavate the knowing that we had, that we are known for. And if there's anything we would love to leave you with today, it's this simple practice, which you might bring into your daily practice, or practice in times when you are feeling a little bit off center, of even coming back into your temple heart and sitting on a gorgeous ethereal horse of your choosing, the color and the gender and the energetics of, and feeling that connection with the beating world and the beating heart that you are. Namaste, namaste, namaste. We see you, beloveds, and we know that there are so many potentially frightening things out there that would have you believe these kinds of things are not possible, but they are possible at for you in every waking moment. And we knew that, and we had every aspect of threat that you have, but we knew that when we lived in our deepest inner presence, that we could even telepathically commune with one another, and were very successful. For instance, when we hunted, kina amania kawatia namatia kamania kawatia namaka aya, kina wadia namaka, as above, so below. Kina awatia nanamakia nanamakia nanamakia. And so with this, we also want to impart a bit of frequency alignment for you, and a bit of sustaining information and knowing, so that you might find yourself less and less and less and less and less entrapped in gender roles, gender specific narratives, and more and more and more and more involved in the communal oneness. Because we became so adept in tribes all across the land. And by the way, they're also showing other kinds of tribes in other countries, not countries, but continents on this land. They're showing other kinds of tribes also had this imbued in them, and some of you might even be feeling that, like the native Peruvian or tribal cultures in Africa. They they had they had systems, and they had a system of common understanding where there was what they're calling malleable back and forth of roles between the males and females, men and women, boys and girls. There was far less. It was far more a diverse and unified culture than you might think, where we revered each other as equals, and the energy of equality is coming through us, like they're blowing it through, say, a peace pipe breath ceremony in a way to this group, because the energy of the new earth that we know is part of your co-creation at this time, and part of our co-creation with you is inclusive of a new form of equality, of not only of rights, but of heart knowing, where in the realm of the heart, there's no difference. There's no need to separate or distinguish between male or female bodies, or masculine or feminine gender roles, or any such caricatures that have been played with for so many millennia on the planet. And the distinct honoring of the entire system, where everyone is revered and esteemed, everyone's rights are revered and esteemed, and those who are most all-knowing as tribal leaders are in esteem of every single person as their essential beloved equals. That's a fundamental shift that we would encourage you all to look at in yourselves, where you might be feeling the opposite of that you're not an equal to some of the leaders of your society, because it's just not true. It's not true whatsoever. They're just people. They're just people, some of whom have placed themselves in positions on pedestals for various reasons, whether they be historical precedent or patterning or their own choosing. But we would encourage you to know that you are sovereign beings, just like any individual leader of any sort on this planet at this time, including those with the multitudes of vast amounts of money in leadership, or vast amounts of power. There's an equality that you all can continue to emanate, and the way that you emanate it is by owning and knowing yourself as equal to any of the vastly popular leaders in today's world. We would highly encourage you to experience any knowing where you're distinguishing yourselves as different, whether less or more than anyone else, and see yourselves as the the equal masters of the realms of life that each of you is living. So even utilizing the term master in the sense of grand divine master of life in this way of life on earth in harmony and peace, that could be a way to see everyone, yourselves included, as masters or as beloveds or as divine ones or as brothers and sisters, as we did. It was more a culture of brothers and sisters, even though we had a hierarchies in various ways. So there's a distinct weaving of the energy of equality because it's fundamental to sovereignty right now through this entire group. And I keep seeing the infinities, a gold infinity energies loop being woven through everyone, especially through your cellular structure and your chakra system, so that you might, if this brings up anything, it might be released to the light and your truth might become anchored deep in your gut, in your belly, in your knowing, in that place of deep knowing that we are all of the same. Ultimately, we are all of the same vibration, which is source, and we are all equal, all indivisible, one under God. Oh, they're playing on words with the creation of the United States, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That wove its way into the new foundation of the United States, and that was that's the energy that we held for for millennia on the land in North America. And ironically, it was taken, but the land still knows the truth, and you still know the truth, and let it shine in your hearts with no regret or remorse. Simply let it palpitate, let your heart beat to that drum and that co-creative existence. One nation of human beings is how we might interpret it globally. One nation of human beings as God, knowing ourselves as God and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Because we all are God in a body. Our souls are of God. These bodies are of God, Goddess, Mother Earth. Kina amanio kawadia namakai hiapakai. So this has been a beautiful time with these. There's a whole community that I see, and there are present those who represent chiefs and matriarchs and young ones and family, and it is this is such an incredible experience because they're imbuing this over this group, because you all are light workers, and one of the most powerful things you can do is remember these attributes within yourselves. That's why they've come through. That's why they're here. You can call on them at any time, and you could call them. they're saying very largely, like, you could call them the Native American ones with a capital, seeing it as a capital O ones, the Native American ones. You could call us your Native American family, your Native tribal family, many ways that you all will sense us and feel us and know us. And please invite us into your realms as appropriate, as you would like. We are here with great honor and the holding for a humanity that knows itself as as free, with liberty and justice for all. And that is our ultimate holding for the entirety of the planet. Kina awatia kawatia na. Okay, so thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to these beautiful beloveds. And if you'd like to inwardly express your gratitude while you stay in your heart space, I'd encourage you to stay energetically in your heart space and even atop your ethereal beloved horse. That horse could be someone who walks with you as a spirit guide, they say. If you care to create a relationship, that was also part of the mystique of this transmission, that there are so many creatures who walk the paths with you all, not just in what seems like human form. So feel free to know and take on the knowing, that the deep awareness that you may now be aware and have your knowing of an animal creature being that walks with you in the form of a horse, that is very wise and very healthy and very patient, and also grounding. Wow, that's really, really powerful. So you might come back to this meditation anytime you would like, and that's an offering. Okay, so there is one question. If you all have any other questions, you can put them into the chat. Someone is asking, can I ask them to look after my sister and not just look after me? So I'm going to tune into that with them. Kina awatiana namakaya akaya. I'm not sure who this is because it says iPhone, but for your sister, your sister's and ancestral wounding is what keeps your sister at bay from her own knowing. And so, unlike you, who have an extraordinary way to know your own presence and to be in tune with your own self, there is a distance that exists for this sister in particular, that we would encourage her to, if you can have any discussion with her and help her to know the power of letting spirit in, and letting if she would believe, and I get the sense that she would, that believe in letting spiritual beings in. She has it comes from a miasm, is what they're saying, that you might even help her release, that is ancestral in nature. And so it's a very relevant that you ask it on this day. We're not at liberty, though, at this time to release that. Sometimes we would actually be able to, but she's got a path with this and a pattern with this that she needs to reconcile within herself. It's one of her miasms, which is a pattern, and it's one of her soul's chosen pathways. So you could help alleviate her resistance to us in any form, and especially the group who comes also in are the archangels, both. So representing the more earthly realm are the tribal brothers and sisters, but from the sense of the heavenly realm, the archangels also come in, and it's like they're showing me she has to open her eyes and see, oh, it's me, just like that Taylor Swift song, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. I'm the one who is holding myself hostage. They're saying it's a bit serious. It's a bit like the wound is deep. And so all she really has to do though is start to commit to surrender, that yes, okay, I would love for help in any form to come through. And because they walk with her, they can walk with her, but there's like an energetic pushback, kind of like a big moat, like made of energy around her that doesn't allow that. So that's the answer for whoever is with the iPhone. And Marianne is saying, I would like to ask for my 3 children as well as myself to be released from ancestral wounds, particularly the mother wound, and embrace the love of the energy of the land. Yeah, through this group. Okay. So let me tune in for you, Marianne. Kina amania kawadia namania kawadia derbadia nand kidabadia nin kawadia. Actually, yes, 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 yes. We can enact this, and thank you for asking for such a powerful release. We can also include this for anyone in the group who would like to open your own energy field to not only explore but release yourself. So Marianne, for your children, what I get is that in this case they do not need to be present. There's a contract agreement that you have with them as their mother, that you're able to be the proxy, they call it. And so just to say, in this case it can be, in the other case of the other questioner it was not possible. But what we'd like to do then is offer this clearing of ancestral wounds, particularly the mother wound, and embrace the energy of the land through these beings who know the land so beautifully well. So if you would like to say yes to that, and I believe there's a sense of yes for everyone. You have free will, and we'd like to have you energetically let your energy field in front of you unzip as you're in your own field right now. Let it be unzipped so that you can open to these beings to work with you energetically. And if you don't want that, it's fine. You can just listen in. And they also want you to allow the unzipping behind and on either side, because the mother wound is very, very vast. And I had a feeling we might have the mother involved. I didn't know it would be like this today, but so Mother God, we also ask a prayer of bestowal of the righteous original template of mother love, mother unconditional mother love that comes from the holiest of holy in your heart, to run through and literally burn through and replace old ancestral templates, miasms, places where there's been immense pain, choice points that have led to mother wounds, and any and all lifetimes where the mother wound has been rampant at all, through all time space, in any dimension, and all dimension of all, for all the souls who are listening to this and who have listened to this and extending out to the community of the ones in humanity ready for this who would also benefit. So it's like a fire from Mother God, Goddess, coming through the lines for you, each of you, and burning that kina awadia tapaka, that miasm it's called, and kitabadia nawadia, the wounding. And that's the first step of this. And kina awatiana namaniak, just know that you probably are having some awarenesses come through you that are powerful remembrances. And if it makes you emotional, please let it go. You're muted, you could cry or have the awarenesses that make sense for you. And let that be transmuted even as the purification waters of the Holy Divine Mother come through next and wash away the pain, the suffering, the immortal and mortal wounding that has been created. This was a very powerful, beautiful request. We only do such things in groups like this where there is a special request, and so we're grateful that there is. And I see Kuan Yin as the mother, also the mother goddess with the waters, bringing the most compassionate love, energy, and light and water to each of you to be the salve for whatever parts of you and within your bodies held onto mother wounding at this time. So allow, beloveds, allow the calming energy vibration of the mother to fill your body, to fill your body, to fill your body, all the places where there might have been any kind of distortion. Now let the peace of compassionate water and mother's eternal love move through your system and bring you peace. And know that this works through your entire family line. And there we are. And as Marianne requested, to embrace the love of the energy and land through this group. So as above, so below, we've been receiving from the heavenly realm, and now allow the earth realm of these beings instilled, these beings filled the earth realm with peace, love, justice for all during these lifetimes that they inhabited the North American continent, and so did many other tribal groups. And allow the motherland in that form, regardless of where you live, regardless of what's going on. Let the version of the motherland that is filled, imbued, that is a sanctuary of peace and love and harmony for all the beings, allow that to rise up to meet you under where you are, to come and wrap itself around you. You see, you always get to choose. You always get to choose which version. You always get to choose how to see things. And that's the most powerful and empowering thing we can tell you. You've chosen now a life of freedom from this old wound, and also you can choose that this is your version of heavenly earth, where the earth is already infused with the vibrations of equality, love, compassion, life for all, life here for all, sustenance, plenty for all. You see, you get to choose, and it's powerful when you choose. Tina a kaniawatia. And so it is. And just allow any colors or versions of nature or creatures of the earth or Mother Gaia in any form to wrap around you. And these beings will always help with that. They'll always help with anything. So you see how powerful it is to work with them. Thank you, thank you, thank you to them, to all of them. And Renee asks, is there a message for you, for me? She says, let me tune in, Renee. Kina awadia baka ania kawadia na makira wadia baka ya kanina. Renee, the Divine Mother Mary comes with a message for you. She's holding the hands of these tribal ancestors. She was also involved in some of these kinds of tribes, especially the Essenes, but many others. So she is being in that form of the Heavenly Mother in the form of tribeswoman. That's really, really beautiful. Just to give us all a visual or a knowing of how it can work, and how she has been herself through many, many, many versions. Kina awatia namankia. And Renee, she says that you're going through a time where you're being transfixed, and you can think of it like being transfused, like receiving a transfusion. When you receive a transfusion, there's a purging of old, something old, like blood in that case, and something at our core, something at your core is being purged, and in order to make space for the new version of you, and to think about why that's happening and what's going on, and how all of that is for your highest soul's being and highest soul's choice at this time, and allowing yourself to kind of revel in that, even if it feels like you're kind of in a distorted place. That's okay. It's because it's like a transfusion. So she's with you, she walks with you, and you can ask her and any of these beings in Mother Gaia, especially commune with Mother Gaia, to just make it a little more easy for you, because it's very physical, seems. There you go. Amy asked if we could release the father wound. Yeah, I thought we were gonna have to wait, but yes, let's see. Kina amani akawatiana no maikaya. Okay, yeah, there's all this masculine stepped in, including like the masculine from the tribe, but also Jesus and Archangel Michael stepped in. So yeah, if you'd like to receive a release of the masculine from its origin, of the wounding, of any wounding of the sacred masculine and the human masculine, it's all sacred, never mind. Any wounding of the masculine from all time, space, and from origin points unknown yet known to them, just allow yourself to receive, along with the transfusion of the divine masculine holiness that is here for us in heaven on earth. So just like before, letting it run through the family lines, lineages, times, lifetimes, any and all lifetimes, in all dimensions, in all versions of you, in this lifetime. Kina awatia namakia. Releasing you from any vows, any holdings of father wounds, and for your lineage as well, for your progeny and for your children and for your who comes after you. Kina amani na watia padia kaani na it's a sacred honor, they say, to help you release this. And there is this lapis lazuli blue that is one of the most healing lights that's running through the genetic lines, kina amani awa kaani tapatia kawe, and moving through you. Kira badia na wakia na namania ka oatia na na bakia kina namantia. And so Michael and Yeshua, representing the divine sacred masculine, are beaming pure white light through those lines and through your cellular structure, replacing that with what's you. It's what's you. There's not a need to hold on to lineage anymore, is one thing. So whatever holdings there were, let it be known that that's released to the light, because you're here to live now in a vertical way, not horizontally, not frustrated or flustered by your lineage, but vertical. It's you, and you as source, you as God. God and me are one. You might even say that. God and me are one. I am one. I am God. I am goddess. I'm a holy vessel. I'm not tied to lineages anymore, not constrained. So let every cell light up with pure source light in a vertical way, as above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. Wow, who knew we were going to have that? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. This energy will still run through. Allow it to be very, very, very nourishing. So again, pull up, let yourself pull up and receive all the most healing energy from the earth at this time, and see every cell lit up as pure white source light that you are, and let it be established that these miasms have been released, and that there's nothing more to do with that, and everything to do with you as source, and seeing your family members as pure source, as empowered, autonomous beings as well. It's very, very important to see others as autonomous, just as we see you as autonomous. Though you're all part of the one collective, you're autonomous and you are in free will. Ina awatia maka. Okay. Wow, thank you, everyone. This was really, really, really powerful and beautiful. Amy, I hear you saying that, so many tears. Thank you for being here, and thank you for asking for that. Thank you. Everyone got something because you asked. And Marianne says she can't get off her horse. I don't blame you. I'm not getting off mine. I don't think we need to. So, whew, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to these beings of light, these native beings, thank you for stepping into the place where there's a need and, well, a desire for guidance like this. It's very, very, very empowering. And it's a different kind of guidance, isn't it, from beings who have walked very recently the earth plane. And I'm just super grateful that they're here with you and me, and they'll continue to make their presence known, I'm quite sure. So you can count on them at any time and call on them at any time. Oh, Renee, thank you. Not enough words to describe. That's really beautiful. Okay,